praise we could ever bring, worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you, oh Lord, we live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save, worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you, oh Lord, we live for you. Holy, there is no one like you, there is none beside you. Open up our eyes in wonders, show me who you are, and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around me, and I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken, and I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and we will put our trust in you alone, and we will not be shaken. Holy, there is no one like you, there is none beside you. Open up our eyes, see wonders, show us who you are, and fill us with your heart, and lead us in your love to those around us. Amen. Amen. God bless you.
God would so bless you. God bless each and everyone. Let's pray. Our Ancients of Days, the King of Kings, we thank thee today also, and we commit ourselves unto thee, that as your word is coming to your people, I pray that you, Lord, prepare their hearts so that they will be able to receive your message. In the name of Jesus, as I'm praying. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
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 Prophetess of Christ, oh,
We are the
chosen one. Oh.
Ambassadors of Christ, oh,
we are the chosen
Chosen
one.
one. Oh.
Amen.
Amen. And the Ubia cancer, the young said, the Radi Akafa Mubia, amen.
Amen. Amen.
Again. Amen. So today, topic I can was the Erade Akafa Mubia, Ebia, ebe kakra, I can't say, ebe check kakra, but ebe and then as somebody wanted their mind, and then none can say prepare something different. And now this awesome way, man. So this message is a prophecy. So a message like this, you have to receive it with a good heart and wait on it. You must be on man, dear radical fire, when a young baby. Obi also a young man, Obi also a dear pim, but the rest of them, as a who receive, as a way what man, never at the corner then. Amen. Amen.
Minister Franklina.
Yes. Yes,
Bacho.
yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, please. Amen. Papa, I want to say Pacho and Twas I didn't share.
Okay, so today's topic is for the revelation awaits for appointed time. It speaks of the end. Amen.
Papa Pacho, manti unka Papa, manti na kind ye Pacho.
Today's topic is for the revelation. For the revelation awaits for an appointed time. It speaks of the end. Amen.
Amen. Oh, I'm and that yeah topic for and that preaching yeah enisadeɛ hu na ɛda hɔ no ɛwɔ mmerɛ sɛ mu no ɛbɛnyɛ mu mmaeɛ. Amen.
Amen. So the topic is long, but I just want to summarize it. So all in all, it's saying that every revelation about you will surely come to pass. Though there will be some delay, small delay, but surely it will come to pass. Amen.
Amen. And that topic in the passion said near Eradia canon, Eradia ni swade hu na waka fire hu no. A chacha said denara a bebem. Amen.
Amen. And as I tell them in American, I simply say no. As I receive the message. Obìnrin who said, "Oh, but see a lot of revelations in the Bible, but a move back prayer you am inside." And oh, maybe it's just like the normal thing I'm meeting. And at the end of a different. Anything received as seven. Never tragedy. Now don't say seven day. Amen.
Amen. So today's message by the grace of God is special. And it's a message that we all have to accept it in good faith, back it with believe, back it with our belief that whatever the Lord Almighty has about us, has said about us, will surely come to pass. Amen.
Amen. Please, you can open Habakkuk 2:3. Habakkuk 2:3 and for me. Sir, ye can be swadimuna. And swadimuni ye no be brave. Ama vision ye no be brave. If you are, and what did you yet? Say, you close your eyes, there were there yet. If you also are, obey me after, there were there you be at. If you are, damn it to be each will be not a catcher. If you also are, it can happen, say, so from my bed now, all kind of yes, mama, no matter, I mean, the person of it now kind of yes. The person can prophesy because the person is sensing something from God, say, prophesy to them. Then the person can also do that. So these are some of the visions making once of them.
Amen. Visions ni bi wɔ hɔnom a enisade ni bi wɔ hɔnom a epe beebi a uhu a ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ ɛmbɛm ɛkyerɛ sɛ na Nyankopɔn nea waka no ɛno na ɛbɛyɛ hɔ. Amen.
Amen. Let me come back. So I was saying that ye can't any swadi huna. If you were one make kata many pet met me. If you also are this amanda met me and swadi huna. If you also are yabi met me a yachre obi. Many pana be can't me. Say why you're so full, so I abandon so. Say obi so can you be some man? Now you should be my people sense say prophesy this thing. Now say this one will be say extra will be. And these are some of the kinds of what and this one will not I want. Okay, so let's move on and let's read Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3.
Please, I read the book of Habakkuk.
Okay.
Chapter 2, the verse 3. Bible says, "For the revelation waits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Amen.
Amen. God should bless you. Someone can also read the Tree Bible. If you have Tree Bible, you can also read for me. And right now, I don't know whether Minister her network. I don't know whether the network is okay or there's some problem with the network.
I'll go with it so until she comes.
Okay, so yeah.
Pasha say na ade hunu no da so kyerɛ bere a wahyɛ na ɛrepɛ kwan aba mu na ɛyɛ nokorɛ nso sɛ ɛkyenkyɛn ase mpo a twɛn no ara n'aba deɛ ɛbɛba ɛrenka akyi. Amen.
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 Ade hunu no a Nyame ahyɛde aba mu. The prophecy, the vision, the revelation, Nyame aka afa or say ɛkyɛ koraa bɛdeɛ bɛbɛm. Says the Lord, when nipa na ɛkasa, ɛnyɛ nipa na ɛkasa, ɛnyame na ɛkasa. Sɛdeɛ wɔakyehyɛ afa ho no, ɛyɛ den na ɛbɛbɛm. Enti twɛn na ɛsɛ wo twɛn na wo nsa ka. Twɛn na ɛsɛ wɔ ne twɛn. So that word over there, na may the meaning, no. Linger, no, I say, to stay or to remain in a place or to place. Amen.
Amen. So when we look at the word of God, the Bible wants to God wants to let us understand that his vision, his revelations, and his prophetic word for us may sometimes tarry, but we need to wait, because even if it tarries, it will surely come to pass. And when we look at the word linger, ɛkyerɛ sɛ ade a ɛsi faako na ɛretwɛn. Amen.
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 So you see, and then the idea catch that one. It depends on you whether you receive it or you say, this message is, I've heard it a lot, and still nothing has what come to pass. So the way we receive the message is something important. It's the word of God, is the Bible also. And I was saying, revelation bia, ɛdi bia, adehuni bia, wakafa yɛ hɔ no, ɛbɛbɛm. Ebi ebitumi delay kakra, but yɛn twɛn sɛ yɛn nsa bɛka. Twɛn na sɛ yɛbɛtwɛn no, ɛno ne problem no. Ɛnna deɛ Awurade ka kyerɛ ne sɛ, twɛn sɛ wɔn nsa bɛka. Amen.
Amen. Prophetess Yvonne, Awurade nhyira wo. Me Zoom no kra hye. Nyankopɔn adom asa ma Awurade nhyira wo. And so as our father is saying that today's message we should really receive it with good heart. And then the issue is most of the times when God says it's all about waiting upon the Lord. And then when he says you should wait, we are like, well, I've heard all these things before, or I've heard this preach. Real issue here is we are supposed, as children of God, we are to wait upon. And when God says we should wait, all what we have to do is to wait.
Amen. Amen. So a message like this is a prophetic message that after receiving it and work on it, do something about it. And I'm telling you that you receive it. Amen.
Amen. The message said to say no a prophetic messages to say no yes sama irade ede ebre ne ma enu nti se die gidie etechire a ebeye adwuma ebenyemu mayenso amaye amen.
Amen. Mama fa me ankasa ma brabo. Me kakra bi me summarize me ya na was summarize me e dey amount. And me kai say na me go school. Me kasa that is primary ni JSS me time na JSS. Mo time na ma san ma we JHS. Enti yeah me go school no etu say me ba be wie JHS no as a yeah kwatch exams no ama me ye den me uncles ni ebi ye den e ka kire me say me wie a mo dem beto aso because ebra me duru ho no na there's no hope say me timi ato afa na me timi ntwa aso ama me call ye na me kwatch exams ni wie me kwatch ye nso e wade adom me ya de pa afi ensensem bi nti afi mmoa eba no yehu ba bi mmoa no fae enti na afi de enema mo aye den kakra because sikanu a wode beto aso de akọ secondary school ni enti na yesa nipa pepe adwuma kakra no oye na enu no that was the time man ebi American na ye wo prayer tower bi Sunday school prayer tower ebi American sa se na ye was Sunday school prayer tower ye nyam ni prayer tower na ye kokobọ mpaye ye koye no bebre ho ti enu na no ewade yi kire me se eti enu bi eti so da ye na me school me so da ye na ma school but all this na ememu so after school na me ye no na wa ya betwem ko the next year na asa betwem ko the third year na asa ye den I betwem ko enti ekosi third year in finfin one to say the third year and 6 months no me uncle na asami ami kan muntie nie pa na muntie me de to asam no ho na me uncle na odi kan ka kire me say me control exams no na me twa obey den odi me go school no ensense bi esi enti ama na amaso enti me ho na me uncle no o abochire ana oba Ghana enti oba Ghana no ana o ka kire me say me ni nachi ayenko baabi na me ti nachi okosra na danfo ba ko no na danfo ni hu mi no say wo fa so wadie bo modi ana fa ni ko school because so ko school I be one bebre yes na osade ni ko na danfo ebiem so na danfo biem so ka kire me say wo fa so no eden bo modi oni do command o sa o na wo fa say wo ko school na ama so de wo ko school say wo so ye den say mani ko school wo so de wo ko school pra mani ko science no science ebe den ebe mo ano and I was still praying so the 4 years after maybe JHS no what na prophecy ni e de be and what na me who said me tie say afi me yan ko discuss abeto afi de was discuss if about check abeto the vision now me mo no da ye ko school no it is saying 4 years every 4 years one and some na prophecy ni bem anything say and then I already can somewhere say the word I wait for appointed time so it will delay but it will surely come to pass say na 70 years can be what a year duration. Another person can be 10 years. Another person can be 50 years. But Bible says, wait it. And after seeing this vision in a dream, all the time I was just praying. So after 4 years, I'm not breakthrough here thereby. I'm starting school. Me starting school, me go ya break the among break among me more. And ya me father so that if you want to break through the up to say, university. So this is what I'm talking about. Amen.
Amen. Powerful testimony. So evangelist wanted to use himself, give an example of waiting upon the Lord. I think that is just, please. After school, he could. So that time there was a prayer group that they meet and then pray. And then during those times, he kept having a vision that he's back in school, he's in school, and then that was a vision that he kept having. So by the grace of God, fast forward, an uncle of his came from abroad, came back to where he was, and then during one of her visits to the friends, a friend told the uncle to send him to school. And then all this time, you see, since the vision, the revelation time, so the time that by the grace of God, he was able to go back to school was like 4 years. So you see, it's been a while. For 4 years after the vision, that's when, by the grace of God, he was able to go back to school. So it's all about waiting upon the Lord. And then whatever God has said about us will definitely come to pass. Amen.
Amen. So you see, some of the revelation you want to read it here, write it down. For me, say, in front of my Bible, the Bible says, see, in front of my Bible, once I'm at church, so every time I open the Bible, I will see it. But some of us, they can even write it in the same book. The person can forget about the book. The person can even forget about the book. So wait for it. You will be any other do with it. Anything, some months or as a film, whatever it is, a message number. I mean, any mammy go away, any mammy go away, any mammy go away. Moses, if you can't come baby, the vision no crampo, I must say, because there are some deep contract. Certain things you want more, or we can walk aside, and they work against it. But we have to wait. We have to do something about it. Being waiting for it doesn't mean say always. I mean, before your hands. Oh, you have to be praying about it, fast about it, and wait for God's appointed time. Amen.
Amen. So some of the visions are evangelist say for example, draw it in the Bible no in like first page of the Bible no. Send a rare and coffee vision. Say draw your visions no. A vision or entron to send a rare and the coffee. Na emfa abamubo so embraying. Now sometimes the visions to see enyana se ehun se mbe mu a most of us we realize that we'll be going from one place to the other to seek solutions or like to make sure that that vision will come to pass. And it's not really done that way because it's not everywhere that we go. Like to other churches, that's the Holy Spirit is there. Some of these churches we have demons operating there, and then when you get there, your vision they'll make sure that it doesn't come to pass. So you look for a church that you believe the Holy Spirit is there. You stay in the church and then continue to pray and wait upon the Lord that whatever God has said about you, whatever vision that God has shown to you will definitely come to pass in his own time. Amen.
Amen. Amen. So let's move on to the Bible reading. Please, let's all help in the reading. So someone should open 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 9. 2 Peter 3, 8 to 9. Different persons should also read Psalm 94, Psalm 90, verse 4. Then a different person can also open to Joshua 21. Joshua 21, 45. So the first one is 2 Peter 3, 8 to 9. 2 Peter 3, 8 to 9. The second one, Psalm 94. Psalm 94. The third one, Joshua 21:45.
Epacho making kind 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8 to 9. Epacho, I precise it. But do not forget one thing, my dear friends, there is no difference in the Lord's sight between one day and 1,000 years. To him, the two are the same. The Lord is not slow to do what he has promised, as some think. Instead, he is patient with you because he does not want anyone to be destroyed, but wants all to turn away from their sins. Amen.
Amen. Please, can you read the 8 again? Because the 8, the 3,
The
8,
8,
you know.
I read it again. It says,
Read it.
the 8, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, it says, but do not forget one thing, my dear friends, there is no difference in the Lord's sight between one day and 1,000 years. To him, the two are the same. Amen.
It seems your version is different. Eh?
I'm reading good
Okay.
news. You don't like good news. I read the NIV. I read the NIV. Please, it says, but do not forget.
See,
But do not forget.
say,
Pardon? Please, I read the NIV. He said, do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. Amen.
Amen. So this is the calendar of what Jesus Christ, or the calendar of what God. So you find out say God's calendar any year is different. Year is different. Also year is different. Year there are a lot of problems about it. And Africa, say the year ends in what? December. Oko some Asia, how baby, so I will say the year ends in almost which month?
March.
Is it May or
March.
Atlanta? Almost just the year ends in June or July. The last time I'm in news now, almost say, I mean, there's a European countries in the world. Almost say, yeah, true, but you know, almost say Africa, almost there, almost enter into a new year.
Yeah,
you
the
see,
Orthodox calendar.
energy. So you see, on your calendar, I don't see what something different. Now, me calendar is different. Hey, my chain 1 year, and then my chain 2nd year, and then 3rd year, and then there are other day. But and then you make calendar no. And no that is it. Yeah, change your calendar no. Yeah, change your make. Then different persons should also read Psalm 90 verse 4. Psalm 90 verse 4. Please, I said all of us, let's help in the reading.
90 verse 4. Psalm 90 verse 4, please, I read. It says, 1,000 years is like a day. Is that 1,000 years to you are like one day. They are like yesterday, already gone, like a short hour in the night. Amen.
Amen. So this one is also confirming what Peter said, or it could be that Peter was also confirming what David said, because David came before what Peter. And I can't the same thing. I can't the same thing. A year is like what? 1 day in the sight of God, and 1 day is also like what? A year also to God. Joshua 21:45.
But I'll make kind Joshua 21 verse 45 and I'll say, not one of the good promises which the Lord had spoken to the house of Israel failed. All had come to pass. Amen.
Amen. None of them will fail. Or simply now, what about you? And I'm telling you, today's message is a prophetic word. It depends on the message, and then you act on it. You act on it. So, some churches, if you want man, say, so when you preach, that's what, and he doesn't be any fishing from the Bible. Oh, I'm going to discuss from the Bible. I say, I'm tapping this anointing. I'm tapping this thing. So here, what I want you to know, say, receive the message well. Joshua 21:45 was it all what God said about Israel? None of them failed. But who prayed were tough? Who prayed one? It's what about you? So, who the enemy memoir? It means you are not working on it. Who the enemy memoir? It means who the enemy 2 months be a man. What's now, baby? But they may change. So, the last time I mean, you man, what's now 38, last minute, you didn't want to run it with this power. And then, mine on the other say, I am a pound. What's an hour my check? What's an hour? Yes, so BBNC. An angel. When the first person. And that man, what think I mean, one who, what Christo assembly, but who baby at least on the man, or can't be said. No more than I'm from home. I know what the one was. 38 what? Yes. As I'm on the motor. Obana cry. Or menstruate 12 years. Or no, dear, enter or share Christo. I don't hear 12 years, 28 years. It's not be easy. Say, Christo now, the court one man. Can I say, Abraham and come back now more than 100 years? I'm telling you. Yeho bibi. Or say, some man, prophecy, or anything, Israel. Joshua said, pray no amen. It depends the way we work on it. So all these three, one is saying, God's calendar is different from ours. So we have to wait for it. But waiting for it doesn't mean, be quiet. Don't do anything about it. So we must do something about it. Prayers, fasting, and anything we have to do for God, you have to do it. Amen. Amen. Okay,
Amen.
let's move on.
Okay. I wanted to, okay. So what our father was trying to say is that when we look at this very particular verse in the book of, I think, Joshua, right? Yeah, the word of God makes us understand that none of God's promises regarding Israel failed. So based on this, God wants to let us know that whatever he has said regarding our life, none of them will fail if we will work on it. When we talk about working on it, it comes with prayers, it comes with fasting, it comes with whatever thing you could do for the promise of God to come to pass, then you have to do it, because whatever God has said regarding us as human beings, as children of God, it will not fail. If it will fail, it depends on us. Amen.
Amen. Sometimes you can just, something. Take some money, big. I'm going to give it to God. God, you this one. So when you read about Jacob, every place here, the presence of God will be away with you or making altar. No, I hear altar home. Was here, I'm a tear, what they can. To pay altar home. What altar home? Making the place holy. Baby, be a better one can be an oil. So what are you also doing? And it was I say, Daddy, so because I mean, you should be life. I can come in prayer, and the media dancing for me preaching. But media dancing for me preaching. Last time, I make a show. Before I make a travel, Namia, you answer me, I assume. But I didn't remember. Na me nim da bebe. Ebra ebe mu nso nyame ye ne hey. Man tra ba ko ma ko. I'm telling you, nyame ti Emirates, it is not Emirates from here.
Amen. So what the man of God was trying to say is that whatever God says,
God for me. Portugal, ever Ghana. Let me tell you, fighting airport also, airport something like that. Not the team. No, they said because I can. So you train, Bible, and find there. And I'm telling you, whatever God has said about that will surely come to pass. Amen.
Amen. So what the man of God was saying is that sometimes you can even take a token. Aside prayers and fasting, you can take a token from your heart as you are being led by the Spirit. You can use it, as an offering, or you can use it to give it to the poor and the needy, those who are in need of it. So that if we try doing that, we will see. Oftentimes, when we are waiting for God's blessing, we are sitting, it will tarry and it will even keep long, or it may not even come to fulfillment. Because when God promises, he also expects us not to just lie down, but to do something towards it. And even if I should use my life, the man of God was saying that if he should use his life to give us testimony and speak about this whole topic, we will never finish, because he has gone through a lot. He has seen it all. As a matter of fact, before he began to sit in plains, God gave him a vision. He had a vision, and when God began, it took a long time. It took a long time. But when God began, it was one to the other, from one to the other. And even going to just Togo, from Ghana to Togo or Ivory Coast, he took Emirate. Emirate we use from Europe to Africa. He's using it from one border to border, just a close one. So that is the doing of the Lord, because he didn't sit down. So if we will not sit down, and we will be, we will do all it takes by offering, by helping the needy and all those things, we will see the hand of the Lord in our lives. Amen.
Amen. So please, let's all help us in the reading, because today I want us to finish fast so we can pray. So let's all help us in the reading. So we will move to Exodus. So be at the same place. Exodus 2, 23, 25. Exodus 2, 23, 25. Then the same Exodus 3, 7 to 9.
Exodus chapter 2, 23, 25. I read. Exodus chapter 2, 23, 25. Please said, years later, the king of Egypt died, but the Israelites were still groaning under their slavery and cried out for help. Their cry went up to God, who heard their groaning and remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 25, the last verse. He saw the slavery of the Israelites and was concerned for them. Amen. Please, what was the next one? I think it's network.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 7 to 9.
3, 7 to 9.
Please, I read. Exodus chapter 3, 7 to 9. It says, then the Lord said, I have seen how cruelly and people, he said, I've seen how cruelly my people are being treated in Egypt. I have heard them cry out to be rescued from their slave drivers. I know all about their sufferings, and so I have come down to rescue them from the Egyptians and to bring them out of Egypt to a spacious land, one which is rich and fertile, and in which the Canaanites, Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites now live. Now the last verse. I have indeed heard the cry of my people, and I see how the Egyptians are oppressing them. Amen.
Amen. So, yeah, we Cassava Israel for Omuko Egypt. Now, you know, said the idea of Egypt, you know, a Kuma baby as a Kuma baby as here. Not Joseph, the no, Elti, a bra, or Jacob, a smart, the man said, Muko Egypt. Now, what about Omuko said, Omunia, and a Omunia. Ti ọhọ na ọmụ tena ya. Ti ọmụ tena ya first ọmụ tena na ẹni ti ọhọ. Ọsị na ọhịa na ofe ebe ọmụ n'ihu ya no. It wasn't easy for them. After the ọha ọmụ. Ana no ọmụ. And let me tell you, Israel bụ mpaghara tie. Ẹnyẹ sẹ ọmụ bụ mpaghara na ẹwà dị tie o. Israel bụ mpaghara no. Ẹnyẹ I'm telling you, but in all, they were still praying. Because they knew, if God can deliver them, the Israel for they be another vampire, they be another vampire, they be another vampire. And until after the 80 of the Bible was it, Martin my soon, Martin of them, I wouldn't know. And yes, they were praying. I heard their cry. They prayed to God. So, sir, if you maybe I can say, this is the time. The urgent dynamic cannot. It is what? It's now. So I will send what? Moses to go and rescue my people. Amen.
Hallelujah. So the Bible verse we just read at Exodus 3:7-9, we all realize how the Israelites waited upon the Lord. Israel prayed, and then before God could even save the Israelites, not just a one-day affair, because they had prayed for so many years before the Almighty God sent Moses to go and deliver his children from Pharaoh.
Amen. And Bibi Ohanama, the person who said, a bread swan. Said you'll be the two of them, say a bread swan. So, say, every time I'm also saying, they say, almost something in the sheep. Say, tell me, I should say, say, a minister, cleaner, this is your time. Sometimes, mostly, but I used to minister Lina, a point or two, because everyone, and for we must say, we got a father one, and can but check the idea for a time you need to say, Kate, so for some years, oh, yeah. Didn't I say yentimi activated blessings no obi timi ka say Christo ni pa timi ka say why did they also kind of time there your baba go pray ebi mun ni so nyame ebi mun ni nyame when the time comes no and one no obon sa me see you know say demon 7 billion pound be appear they can never do anything. I want to be. So we have to wait for this. Amen.
Amen. So as our evangelist is saying, when the time is right, God makes everything beautiful in His own time. And then it's also used me as an example, that who would have even thought that me going abroad maybe could have been my husband who would come and take me there. But let's see how God turned everything around. I was even amazed. It was like a surprise to me. And that is how God does His work. When the time is right, nothing can stop the revelation or whatever God has planned to do in your life. Nothing. It doesn't matter how many billions of demons are around you. When God says the time is right, everything will fall in place, and the vision or the revelation of God will come to pass in our lives in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. See, I'm sure you could do it. Moses, I'm not going to. No, that's why. Why? Then, what's your Bible, man? A lot of miracles within short time. A lot of miracles. I can't to me back. That's hoppers. If you know, mama. Hey, I'm dear. A lot of things. A time that do. Time nine, a true. I was on your share. Hey. Today I said, when I first know what did it, man. In all, that is the first time you said. What me ache will be any let me ache. I'm one name. It's only be crying and come with it. I here. I want them to one apple. It's one apple. As you say, it's so be account. It is the miracle of God. Say the main time do it. Obi and no bit, madam. Amen.
Hallelujah. Amen. So let's see how God delivered His children from Egypt. When God's time was up for Him to deliver His children, He sent Moses to go to Egypt, and we all saw the miracles that happened. When Moses does his own thing, a miracle, then the Egyptians also do their thing. They were just trying all ways and means to stop the Israelites from going. But because it was God's time for His children to be delivered, God Almighty went ahead to deliver their children, to the extent that was the first time that we ever had the sea being separated, like divided into two, for a land, a dry land, for the Israelites to walk on a dry land. It was one of the greatest miracles for the first time, and it was the doing of the Lord, because that was the time. Then the time was right and ripe for the time was right for God to deliver His children. Amen.
Amen. And the another one is due to the time, we will read it. So I will just summarize it. Then we move to a different one. So you can open root 1 and wait for me. Because this one, we will read it due to the time. So when you move to 1 Samuel 16, you learn a lot of things about this. But we will read King David. You want to say, I want to choose David. And now, Saul, King Saul, and your man, I want always, why errors, why mistakes. Now, your power anointing, your anointing one, David, so you king. But I hear you, now I am wine, so then I am. But ask yourself, David, TV train. David, why is it? David was too humble. So, what now? What that now? What can you say? What time for our Uncle now? So now, why didn't she? What's the way here? Your son and what's away there, or your hand to me generate. Who you are one as a kind, put each other, I get too heavy. My boy. David was not for the appointed time. Something would be a. It's a best salmon. Now, go away on him. Because I'm away on him. What change for the appointed time and a pen to Paul na Saul na oku no because okodu edre bi mu a so when I came no David yes and so or your hene because what change Awurade anim what they Bible and you to all the songs meaning for David onua mu no young but Awurade yi ni wadi kyerɛ no na ɔtena Awurade mu ɔde ne ho to Awurade so Bible mu edwuma bi a na ɛmo ayɛ den no ɔse nti na wokae Psalm 80 hɔ a ɔho awerɛho nsɛm a na ɔfa me nyinaa ɔtotɔ ne ɛhyɛ hɔ ɔtamfo yɛ me sei ɔtaataa me let them even say stumble and
Amen. So we all know about the David story. Even though David was anointed to become a king in the near future, David did not hasten himself to become a king. He knew Saul, who was then the king, and the king at that time hated him, wanted to even kill him. But David didn't do anything to, even when he had the opportunity to kill his own enemy Saul. He rather cut some of his clothes and then ran away. He didn't do anything to Saul. So Saul himself killed himself, and then David became the king over the children of God. So we have to learn from David, who waited until the appointed time. He was even very humble. He was very humble, waiting upon the Lord, praying, just waiting upon the Lord till the appointed time when God made him the king over his people.
Amen. So let's now move on to Ruth. Ruth chapter 1, verse 1 to 5. Ruth, the book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 1 to 5. Then don't close it. When you open Ruth chapter 1, don't close it. You read another one also there. Ruth chapter 1, 6. Amen.
Ruth chapter what?
Chapter 1, verse 1 to 5. Then
Please, I read.
Say 1 to 6.
Yeah, okay. I read Book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 1 to 6. It says, long ago, in the days before Israel had a king, there was a famine in the land. So a man named Elimelech, who belonged to the clan of Ephraim, and who lived in Bethlehem in Judah, went with his wife Naomi and their 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion to live for a while in the country of Moab. While they were living there, Elimelech died, and Naomi was left alone with her 2 sons, who married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. About 10 years later, Mahlon and Chilion also died, and Naomi was left all alone, without husband or sons. 6. Sometime later, Naomi heard that the Lord had blessed his people by giving them good crops, so she got ready to leave Moab with her daughters-in-law. Amen.
Amen.
So 1 6. Did you read 1 verses?
I read the 6. I repeat it again. The 6, he said, sometime later, Naomi heard that the Lord had blessed his people by giving them good crops. So she got ready to leave Moab with her daughters-in-law. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. So Here, so we are talking about Naomi. We are talking about Naomi. See, Israel. Israel, you crack, and what they say, say, pro it, the pro. Nina, the covenant, and what they Jacob, the divers are Israel. Yamaka, they have a covenant. And Yamaka said, Sir, of my Israel, my father say, pro. Then you will actually calling now. Enti sɛ biribi koraa to kuro no na sɛ ɔmobɔ mpaeɛ kyerɛ ne Awurade a Awurade atie na wayɛ ama wo no ebi wɔ ɛbɛdile ma ɛsɛ yɛ nyame bɛyɛ na Naomi yɛ nyinaa yɛnim story no ɛkɔm baa Israel ɛno nti ɔmohu sɛ Moab ɛne baabi a kɔ a wobɛnya aduane ana ɔne ne kunu kɔɔɛ yɛku sɛ ankyɛ ne kunu wui ne mma mmienu they all died all because Israel nyame kuro na wokae the 6 na wɔ sɛ ɛberɛ bi duru a afei ɔhu sɛ Awurade akasa ɛwɔ ne kuro what is Israel and going back no ade kwan no nyinaa na ahyɛ no ɛnti sɛ woka n'asɛm Naomi asɛm ɔyɛ awerɛwo and awerɛwo no nyinaa nso firi ɔno ankasa baabi a ɔkɔɔyɛ no sɛ wowɔ the presence of God na wo sɛ wɔmpɛ the presence of God but wobɛkɔ kɔ maybe mepɛ ne ntɛntɛm nkɔfoɔ hadeɛ ɔba a yɛsɛ yɛbɛma ɔyɛ obi and ɔyɛ no bɛate wɔti deɛ ma ntɛntɛm ama wo ɛna hadeɛ ɔba a yɛbɛyi sɛ and then kophobia and then one kata say oh brani vampire daddy oh also for vampire mama me dey pray for me enti I know a shame for enti the appointed wait for appointed time we have to wait we have to do something and receive it and you say what the enemy we have now afei kwa de bise no kwa so bi ma ba mpa ya na mi tem ese mi kwa ya ebi ma sa wo kana no oh and them ese me fi ese fa no I don't know anamoa Naomi 2 years afei e de arewo ni oha na ebre no arewo ni oha na ebre no wukuru ewu o ma mi no so a e ewu and time na Naomi wo no so wanyini eti afei na wɔ sɛ kwa wɔ de no asa wɔ na ti ni sɛm na ya arewo ni na sɛ wa twi ama Awurade am Israel ti ebra enhyira ne bae no yo ɔkɔ ne kurom no sɛ what the arewo na ɛkɔ kan sa me fa be nye example asɛ obi etu kwan ba adoche ni chaka ukɔ adoche bia ka ukɔ yɛ adwuma ti sɛ wo back to Ghana kama o di sika bi ba be ye kunyema bi na o de e wa kwa abochire me de example e bia o ba abochire o de oma ene o kunu ne koye na o de o kwa no kunu awu oma mienu so awu e di ene je biem na ada se na wo mitimi antwen ama e price na ne be share desire ama so amen.
Hallelujah. So we all know about Naomi too. Naomi also went through a whole lot because he couldn't wait for God Almighty to bless Israel. So she went out of Israel, going to seek for greener pastures somewhere, but came back empty-handed. She came back, as at the time she was moving, she moved out of Israel with the husband and 2 children who were grown and also married. But later on, when she's coming back, she came back without the husband because the husband died, the children also died. And then this was as a result of Naomi not waiting for God to bless Israel. And this applies to us all, that if God has given us a revelation, or we know that there's a blessing that God has for us, and we are in his church, we should continue to stay under his church. Be in his church, stay under his feet, so that when his appointed time arrives, God will be able to bless us without going somewhere and then losing everything at the long run. God have mercy on us. Amen.
Amen. And we are also talking about Samson. Samson won't read anything, but I just want to summarize it. And Samson, so you'll be a Onyame Shira, Onyame deliver us on may judge. Now, no, the judge or by so be no, did not want thing, I'm a Yame, man so me. Never for the mistake away, and say, one train, I'm a rabbit, I'm money, or your papa. Ni mistake no. One train, I'm a rabbit, I'm man, or your papa. The parents to the food, and so I'm because Oba I can't say, and what worry I'm a man in me. The other day, and I will say Israel. Now, my wedding, my own choose everything, Oba Papa can't worry. So, and because of that, no, now, problem, a baby yet, and what was it? Who can he was now? He was just a Najumana obey, but something wasn't. Who don't could be by himself, I get to a. I don't know what's the way to be. If he said, well, to me, I'm sure what it. Oko who will be a man, or better said, I mean, you have to say, I want to say, yes, I'm SOE. Because angel of the law, every year, what it said, I mean, that's what I said. Nipa now, Warren, was it the person who be answered? They said, Yami, or the ending, so now, or the ending, what you ready move, anyone now, some see it in a young man. What did they Nanka Busango said, in Baba, put me to not any Baba, a 30, 40, 10,000, no more. Put me a donkey, a jack. That what me a poor winner, come on. But but when to me a train, may want the man or Baba. Short within few minutes, but I'm not boy. Yes, I choose another one, another church. Because the Juman may answer. Amen.
A Delilah story.
Amen. Minister.
Yeah, Patron, network network. Patron, me akasa. Yeah, so we all know about yeah, so we all know about Samson's story. And then realize that Samson didn't listen to the advice of the parents and also didn't wait for God Almighty to choose a good wife for him. Even though he was aware it was God who has blessed with so much power to fight for the Israelites. But he didn't have that patience enough for God to choose a good wife for him. So he went out to other places apart from Israelites. He went out to other nations, other countries to marry strange women, and that was the downfall of Samson. So we all have to wait upon the Lord, and then He will grant us our heart desire, bless us with what He has decided to bless us with. Amen. So realize that Samson's work ended in a minute. Samson's work didn't last long because he wasn't patient enough to wait upon the Lord for a good wife. End up going for Delilah, and then that was what destroyed his life. Lord have mercy on us. Amen.
Amen. Let's read. This will be our last Bible quotation. So Genesis 12, 1 to 3, Genesis 12, 1 to 3, Genesis 16, 1 to 4. Genesis 12, 1 to 3, Genesis 16.
Genesis 12, 1 to 3. Now the Lord said to Abram, go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. Verse 2. And I'll make of you a great nation, and I'll bless you, and I'll make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. Verse 3. I will bless those who bless you. Amen. And him who curses you, I will curse. And by you all the families of the earth shall bless themselves. Amen.
Okay.
Pastor, the next one.
16, 1 to 4. 16, 1 to 4. Genesis 16, 1 to 4.
Okay, Genesis 16, 1 to 4. Now Sarah, Abraham's wife, bore him no children. She had an Egyptian maid whose name was Hagar. And Sarai, who said to Abram, behold, now the Lord has prevented me from bearing children. Go into my maid. It may be that I shall obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. So after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, Sarai, Abraham's wife, took Hagar to Egyptian. Amen. Took Hagar the Egyptian, her maid, and gave her to Abram for husband as a wife. Verse 4, and he went into Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, she looked with contempt on her mistress. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. So Sarah. Sarah was the wife of what? Abraham. And what was said, and what the catcher was said, Mesram, Mayor Messie, they said, and Namoso, they making a great nation for myself. But was I said, Sarah and me are trained, and what they was saying. And what this Mesram, and what this memo, I mean, you will be, the father of what? Many nations. You will be also what? The mother of what? Many nations. And so, Sarah to me and Jane. Who did not was it? They said, Mesha, I'm saying, was it a wadi up to me from a wadi say, as a wadi person of mammy, or back. And yes, I you couldn't. Only be slave here the airport. Say, what if it's your mama about fra? Well, you so. Yamin, I can't know. The creator of the universe, I can't say. May you see it. May you say, if I was so, I'm not making nation for myself. Obara de watching Abraham gave me about it. But me is watching and the only a slave for that. One of the slave for that, one you may. I know, I paid the problem Masaba. The slave, no, hey, I'm afraid, hey, I'm afraid you're more of a oh, yes, to I Sarah, Tia, and the poor fool, I pay confusion as I bet you. Who created the confusion? Wow, Sarah went to me and Yamatre. Went to me and Yamatre, I pay confusion. That's how I can't say, and I can't say, you say, all common in flow. If we say, Obehano. Sana, a train again, the appointed time came. I brought no any power, but on your miss what the part with their drop, you can be a empty. Sarah ate me and then became one pregnant, and Sarah was able to give birth. Sarah went to me and tried the appointed time. Say, yes, sir, Abraham said, there are someone that you can one tea, no one or buying flour. I'm telling you, check if you're as we did, as we did, and a bit my order. Because on now, there's a million on that critical. And so, Abraham, you're then 88, they were in more. The slave, no, April. And it was said, you're trained already. And what did you depend with them? I said, dear, what if I can't say, you know? If I say, any money, I can't say, I make say, any money. Yet, Nina, but saying, I mean, one egg as a much idea. The basic piano, ever been. And what did catch it? Prophecy bad, ever catch it. Yeah, the man of God said, Jesus Christ and Sandro, I'm a man. When who Jesus Christ, a brother, Jesus Christ, I saw them one. It's a Titanian massive way and pray. You can be answered. Amen.
Hallelujah. Sorry, I muted myself. So whatever the Lord has said will definitely come to pass. Amen and amen. All what you have to do is to wait upon the Lord. Just as the man in the church said that, yes, I want to see the Lord before I die. By the grace of God, when Jesus Christ was given birth to, after giving Jesus was brought to church, and then not long, for a few time, the man just died when Jesus was young. So all what you have to do is to wait for the appointed time. Believe in the Almighty God, have faith in Him, and then at the end of everything, God Almighty will show Himself strong because He is a truthful God. Amen. May God bless all of us for how far He has brought us. Amen.
Amen. Amen. God bless you, Evangelist Emmanuel. God bless you for the powerful word of God that you apply yourself for the Lord to bring it to us. God bless you, Minister Franklina. God bless you for allowing yourself for the Lord to use you all to bring us the word of God. Hallelujah. Please, we bring our program to an end and we continue with the church service on Zoom. Kindly join us. If you can, please join us. And also, please do share the program for others. Follow up the link and you'll be able to share to all other social media platforms. God bless you for joining us today. Please, bye-bye, shalom. God bless you all. God bless everyone.